Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I'm your host, Shefaliburns. If you're new to me, new to my show, new to my channel on YouTube, please do subscribe so you can take advantage of all the current shows, all the previous shows, all the shows coming up. It is my deepest wish, desire, and intention to bring to you these amazing speakers who are sharing their wisdom, their teachings, their processes, their mini readings, etc., so that we can all thrive, so that we can awaken to happiness now. And so today, my dear friend Amanda Kish is back with us, and we're going to be talking about psychic attacks and energy vampires, the truth about awakening and remembering your original blueprint. So we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. So I'm just going to tell you briefly a little bit about what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about psychic attacks, how they feel, how you can tell if an energy vampire is draining your energy. We're going to talk about objects that can often be used to drain or siphon someone's energy. What does the term Jekyll and Hyde soul mean? We're going to ask Amanda that because I know she's used that in the past. And why is it so important to trust your guidance and your intuition at this time? And how does this help you to remember your original blueprint? How do you follow the breadcrumbs? And what happens when we ignore the breadcrumbs? And what does being the true you really mean? So we'll talk about that and more. Amanda is going to be facilitating a guided energy clearing process for psychic attack and clearing energy cords, hooks, drains, and siphons. And she'll be doing some micro clearing for people who raise their hands and ask for an object or something in their home or something for themselves to be cleared. So this is, you cannot write it in the chat. You have to raise your hand because she has to talk to you. Okay. So, for those of you who may not know Amanda, she's been with us many times. We love having her here on the show. It's always a joy and a blessing, and there's always new information that comes through when Amanda's on the show, and she does amazing clearings, mini readings, etc. So powerful. So she's been working as a Kundalini Reiki Master, certified Akashic Records reader, and teacher, an energy healer, Rohani celestial teacher, channel medium mentor, and a Wayshower. She offers sessions, mentorship and classes, and has the gift of clearing and shifting energies has been honed over many lifetimes. So I'm going to let her share a little bit more about what she is doing right now at this moment, because we're talking about psychic energies, uh, energy vampires, etc. So that I don't think it's a new field or a new area for her, but I don't think we've talked about it before on the show. So everyone, please join me in welcoming Amanda back to the show. Amanda, welcome.
Hello. So, my team has actually created a safe container for this beautiful session today. The energy has been cleared, and they have invited your guides to place a bubble of protection around you so that you can only receive that which is needed for you. So, I often suggest that when going on any calls or viewing anything on YouTube, it just keeps you just receive what you need to in that way. So, we're talking about psychic attacks and energy vampires today. So, I've been seeing a lot of this lately, and it's very much because of what's happening on the earth plane right now. We're ascending, we're going through this beautiful stage of many people coming online and stepping into their gifts, and we're actually in a time where we're safe and able to do clearing for our ancestors and that kind of thing. So, when we're talking about psychic attack and energy vampires, we're not talking like the horror movie scenarios here. We're talking about energy dynamics that occur when our consciousness is either, fragmented, we haven't done all of our healing, a little bit disconnected from our original blueprint. So it can leave us a little bit susceptible to attacks. And often we come to the understanding that when we're going to a healer, that they are of the highest light, but just always feel into it and feel into what feels right for you. Because as with anything, there's some that are in it for themselves or monetary gain, things like that. So just something to be aware of, like you would with anything else, like when you're shopping at the store, like when you're looking at different practitioners, doctors, for example, that kind of thing. So just really feel into it. So when someone hasn't really integrate all of their unresolved aspects, they can unconsciously siphon energy from others. So this would be the energy vampire. And a lot of people don't know that they're doing this. Some is intentional, but some is very, you're unaware of it. Just like when, if you have enough dense energy that you're directing towards another, you can place a spell on them, place a hex on them just by sending them that energy. So we're coming into a time where need to be more aware of our energy and really feel into what is ours and what is not ours. So, what does a psychic attack actually feel like? So often it's you're just drained, you're tired after interacting with somebody. You feel a lot of anxiety and it doesn't feel like it's yours. So check in and ask. You can start to have self-doubt feelings, head pressure, tightness in your heart, feeling off without any sort of reason. And again, a lot of the time, these psychic attacks aren't intentional, but some are. Um, we want to feel into our solar plexus, into our heart. So if we're feeling any pressure within there, that can also be a very strong sign that we're being attacked. There can be different things like we'll clear today, which are siphons, hooks, and drains, and that's cords as well, which can connect to another person so they can receive more energy. So it's not inherently evil, it's just a bit of an imbalance with needing expansion. So, how do we tell if an energy vampire is draining us? You can look for the patterns. Again, you feel energized before you talk to somebody, or maybe you stepped into a space, for example, a crystal shop or even a secondhand shop where there's a lot of overpowering energies. But if you feel depleted after, this can be a good sign. They often feed off our attention, our validation. So if it's a friend who shows up and all of a sudden they're a little bit different today, they may be just reaching to you for your energy. At the subtle body level, it's really, you can feel the crown pressure, the sudden confusion, and loss of clarity after that contact. So, psychic attacks and energy vampires, I can tell you a little bit of my experience with it. So, I often feel that ball of anxiety right in my solar plexus area. I'm like, okay, that is noted. And I begin to feel overwhelming, dense emotions. Like maybe I feel suddenly angry when that's not my normal demeanor, but it feels very powerful and it feels almost like it wants to jump right out. And things just start to go wrong. If you're seeing a few things that you're like, okay, my bank account dipped under, went into my line of credit. That's strange. That shouldn't have happened. And then, you know, your daughter's in a grumpier mood and different things like that are going wrong on your drive to school. It's more difficult. You're forgetting things, that kind of thing. That is often a sign of an energy attack. So, do you have any experiences with this, Shefali? Any energy attacks or energetic siphoning that have occurred to you?
Oh, absolutely. Yep, definitely over the past, especially since I've been doing this show, definitely a
Yep.
lot more just because of the, the platform that it is. But I never took it, I mean, yes, it's happened quite frequently, but it hasn't for a while, so I'm pretty good now. So I think because I've been doing more inner work, doing more clearing, just, being more conscious of it, it's happening less and less.
Exactly. Once you've done a lot of your own healing work and cleared things out of the way, you realize that these things aren't affecting you anymore. So that's also why we're seeing it at this time, because it can be, especially for psychic attack, a last ditch effort at trying to kind of bring us down a bit as we step into our light and step onto our original blueprint of the soul and really embody who we truly are. But just know that we are always more powerful than that.
So I was just gonna say, I was gonna ask everybody else who is here right now, have you experienced what Amanda's been talking about, the psychic attacks or the siphoning, if you want to type that in the chat. Just it would be, I'm curious to see for, because I know I definitely did and quite severely at times. Um, so, it happens. But it is something I don't talk about very much on the show, as you all know. Well, some of you who are regulars for a long time know I don't usually like to talk about this kind of stuff only because, it's like, oh, I just like to talk about the good stuff, right? But this is also true and real and valid and relevant for a lot of us. So, we do need the tools to work through these things. Whenever I have experienced really dramatic ones, I have gone to a specific healer, teacher, mentor of mine, um, and he was able to, fix it and clear it and all that wonderful stuff, right? But he always says, he always told me, you have the tools, you can do it yourself. You don't need to go to somebody else. But you know how we are. It's like you just feel more comfortable with somebody else, especially for these kinds of things.
Exactly. And that's why you can reach out to facilitators like me, like who Shefali sees as well, who can assist with this. But the most important takeaway from this is we do have the power within us to clear this for ourselves.
So people are writing in the chat for sure that yes, someone followed me around and demanded my attention. I've been feeling this most recently. Feels absolutely spot on. Depression, tired, angry. Yep, I've experienced it less recently, so that's good. Yes, I feel very self-doubting and confused when I'm under attack and depressed. And just this past weekend, somebody says, and especially during those astrological vulnerable times. Oh, interesting. Um, yeah, people have experienced all kinds of attacks and survived, of course, thank goodness. That's why you're here with us, right? Yeah, I gotta practice too, right? You gotta do the work for sure.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, beautiful. I mean, not beautiful that you're all experiencing it, but I'm glad you're sharing so that we can all see that we're not the only one, right? So that it is common and a lot of people are experiencing it.
That's exactly it. It, like I said, I do this work and it still happens to me, but I notice the signs and then I clear it. And that is the important piece that we're noticing, realizing it's not ours, and clearing what needs to clear and healing what needs to heal.
Yeah.
So a lot of
Wow.
people have been experiencing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there was somebody asking about if I can clear residual energy from tenants that had lived in a place before. Yes, this is also something I do, clear the energy in businesses, in properties. I mean, Mother Earth, Mother Gaia has been around for a long time, so there's a lot of things that would have happened over many, many, many years. So yes, there is residual everywhere. And you'll find it in houses too, maybe those cold spots where you need to clear that energy. And you're sensing it, so you're aware of it. So know that again, we have the power to shift and change this.
Absolutely. Yeah, so don't feel powerless. That's I think what sometimes one of those feelings that we get, is like I don't know what to do, I don't know how to fix this. Like all that wonderful negative stuff, negative chatter that comes in, which is not ours, right?
Exactly. That's a piece of the psychic attack or the energy vampire mentality that's coming into your field, causing you to have those denser thoughts, those denser emotions.
Yeah. So I guess, this call is quite relevant and needed at this moment.
Yeah. So I'll touch a little bit on what my team has labeled Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So the Jekyll and Hyde soul. So this, like everything else, is something that I have experienced. That's how I remember. That's how I learn, which is remembering. So basically, the way it appears to me is it's the same soul when there's a Jekyll and Hyde soul. So it's not where a hybrid or a dual soul where there are two or three souls in one body. This is one soul, but like the one consciousness has split into two expressions. So one that is very of the light and one that is very dense or shadow driven. So the way that my team has shown this to me is it looks like a happy face, like they're this beautiful energy of light, but then you'll start to notice pieces where you're like, oh, that was weird. You may see the aura flickering a little bit. So the way it looks to me is they showed it to me as a toy, basically, but it's got a happy face on one side, and then the face turns and it's this not so happy face. So one is operating in the forefront at a time. So one soul has fractured identity streams. So they're operating from split trauma timelines. And when it's one whole being, but they have different soul contracts. So they're not aware of each other and they are operating on completely different blueprints. So I did find a bit of information on this in, I believe it's some Catonic and Voyagers material, but it's basically some soul fragmentation, artificial overlays, dark template infection. So it basically looks like a light worker who has this infection. So it can be very confusing. And the darker soul, again, the denser soul has this other mission. So what happened to me in between me awakening and my fusion stepping in, there were some spells placed on me. So it led me to have false information in my Akashic records that I did have past life experiences with this person. So I thought, okay, we've got all these great missions together, that kind of thing. And then come to realize because I'd see those little flickers, I'd see those glimmers, very much of the light stepping forward, and then something a little bit denser, and you'd note it in your field and be like, okay, that was a little bit strange. But then you began to see more and more pieces of that. So my team came to show me that there were spells woven in my field before the fusion came in, and it's very much the way it was supposed to happen, so I could remember this piece. And once I cleared all of those spells, because I wanted to be very sure, because this, you become friends with somebody and things like that, and you're seeing these pieces and realizing that some spells were woven on you. So I focused on clearing those. And then when I went back into my records, those memories were gone. So it was very clear to me that some spells had been woven. Um, and again, with that came some energy vampirism. So I had met with another friend of mine just to kind of validate the information for me, because again, we want to be sure of these things, especially when it's something new. And she said it basically looked like this other person was in a hole, had this dark cord attached to me, and was trying to drag me down into it. So basically, they want to be you, is often what's happening, or they want to be stepping into your mission and different things like that. And then there comes a choice point. Am I going to allow that to happen, or am I not going to allow that to happen? Which is the decision that I made. I need to focus on my mission and my path. So I'm seeing a lot of this coming forward at this time. I remember Elizabeth Wyson or Elizabeth Wood had spoken about like the narcissist templates and stuff like that. So this is another template, the Jekyll and Hyde soul, or it appears as this infected light worker. So the way they can heal this is once they have this awareness, is they start to do the shadow work. They start to do the inner child healing. They start to call back all fragments of themselves and really focus on that healing so they can heal that infection. And again, it's very much a choice piece for the person that is a Jekyll and Hyde soul. So does that make sense and anything that you have seen, Shefali?
No, I'll be honest, no, I have not, and that's a new way of looking at things. But for this Jekyll and Hyde soul, um, can can we or the person, can they let the dark soul leave, or like how does that work? I mean, I
It's
know we got to
part
do
of
the
you.
shadow work and all that stuff, but
Yeah,
like,
and it's part of you. So you have to go through the healing process. So you really want to dig in and do that deep healing work.
okay.
And again, you can ask facilitators to help you with this work, that kind of thing. But once that is brought to your awareness, it's even more important for you to do the work to heal that infection, which is really the shadow work that needs to be done.
Okay, so it's not another soul coming in. It's just a part of you that has been infected in some way.
Yeah, so same soul, and like I said, facing forward, it's the light facing the opposite way. It's this denser, darker piece.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
the darker piece can, in all honesty, sabotage a lot of your light work. So it's definitely something that you want to focus on to clear, to heal. And there will be some that choose not to look at that piece of them, and that is their choice.
So how do you find out if you have a Jekyll and Hyde soul? I mean, obviously working with you, you'll be able to tell us, but um yeah, how would we go about finding that out?
Once it's witnessed by someone and drawn to your attention, that's when you can go forward in your awareness. But even if you're not sure about that piece, just doing the shadow work for anyone is important. Because once we do that work, the shadow work, the inner child healing, the ancestral and karmic healing, all that kind of stuff, then we're holding more light.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah, all that
Okay.
infection, those pieces begin to disappear, begin to dissolve.
So it's so important to do our work, our shadow work. So it's not just about, oh, let me go into the light and let me just play with the light and let me play with the wonderful realms, but going deeper within and looking at what's there. And I'll be honest, there was a time when I didn't want to see what was there. I wasn't ready to see what was there, but that's all past. But um, it takes courage to actually look at yourself and look at parts of you and pieces of you. Um, and a lot of it or some of it can be just negative entities or, you know, uh, vampires and psychic attacks, all that kind of thing as well. But if it can also be this, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and it can really wear on your field. And
Yeah.
of course, so it leaves you more susceptible to those attacks. So
Mm.
again, you can clear it for yourself, but definitely seek outside help if you need to. We will be clearing that in the process today for those that are on the call or listening afterwards if they choose.
Awesome.
And that's exactly it about shadow work. Everybody shies away from it because those are the pieces of ourselves that we have shoved to the side. We don't want to look at,
Yeah.
right? So there always is that hesitation, but once we dig in and love every aspect of ourselves, again and again, we see less psychic attack. We see less cords being attached to us or our energy being siphoned, less thought forms. Being in control of your thoughts is also very huge. So, really connecting to things of the light.
And this doesn't mean that you're broken or that there's no
No,
judgment here at all. This is
not
just
at all.
it's nothing like that. But it is about looking at different parts of yourself or aspects of yourself that you haven't looked at, and doing that shadow work, doing that inner work, continuing to do the healing work. And people don't like it when I say you got to do the. If you're still here, you're still healing. So there's still work to be done. So I'm still here. There's still some pieces and parts of me that need some healing, right? Otherwise, I would not be here anymore, right? So if we are here, we are still evolving, growing in consciousness, healing, etc. Right? So this is just another piece that we need to heal. That's all.
Exactly. And for anybody here now, that's why we're here. We have the capability to do this now. We can feel safe in that in this time as well. Our ancestors did not have the tools to do this, so now it's falling on us to do this. But also remember, we didn't just, carry all their trauma. We did bring forward their strengths as well.
Absolutely. And it's not just their traumas, it's also our own traumas too from past lives or etc. as well, right? So Anita's asking, could this split, it's not really a split, but we'll just for argument's sake, could this split occur from childhood trauma?
So that can cause fragmentation of the soul. But when you come in as a Jekyll and Hyde soul, that's the way that you came into
I
this life
mean,
because it's something, right, that you want to address about your soul and you want to really heal those parts.
got
So
it.
if we've shoved down all the shadow work for every other lifetime, it's coming forward as a Jekyll and Hyde soul in this lifetime.
Okay, got it. I understand.
Yeah.
But there's hope for all of us. So, so
Exactly.
it's not something that we have to live with forever. We just got to do the work. We just got to do
That's
the healing,
exactly it.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this conversation is to bring into awareness of what, pieces of ourselves that we can look at, that we can heal to really be grounded in who we are. So again, less of these things, these darker energies or these denser energies are affecting us.
An interesting question. Could a walk-in be a Jekyll and Hyde soul?
That would be a little bit different because a walk-in would either fully replace the soul or the walk-in would be there in kind of a transition period with the original soul and then one shifts out. But a walk-in could be an entity or something denser as well.
Hmm. Okay. Yep. It could be anything.
Yeah,
Well, I
exactly.
just like to assume it's always going to be good stuff, but it doesn't always necessarily have to be.
Yeah, surprise! There was this case where there was a, entity that walked in and the original soul was in that, but it was part of that soul contract to exit that entity out.
Got it.
And
Wow.
in the form of exiting it out, even with entities and different things like that, love is the most powerful energy we have available to us. So even with entities, my process isn't to just like banish them or, anything like that. It's sending them love and offering the option, do you want to return to source or return to Gaia? And it is their choice. They have choices here, just like we in human bodies do. Um, and if they do go to source, yay, it's another win. But they're just so disconnected from the energies of source of Gaia that that's why they do become energy vampires. They start to siphon your energy. So there is a little bit of that piece of having compassion and kindness for everything.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And so it's so important for us to trust our guidance, trust our intuition, especially when we're feeling like, oh, this doesn't feel good. I'm not sure what this is, but this does not feel like me. I'm feeling off. I'm feeling out of sorts. Like what could be happening at this time?
Yeah. And with the collective energies right now, there's a lot of stuff going on as we see these broken systems falling and things like that. So it comes down to really being connected to our bodies and that self-awareness, checking in with yourself. Is this mine? Because there is a lot of collective energies that especially empaths are taking on to clear, to shift. So asking if it's mine is a huge piece as well. And you can ask your guides, you can empower your guides to do this for you, to clear anything in your field that is not yours.
Awesome. Thank you. Great reminder to ask your guides to help in some ways, right? To even for something like this. Because
Yeah,
you
and
all you all
delegate.
know I'd never ask my guides anything. I'm so bad. I
And
can do it myself.
delegating. Delegating is
Delegating.
huge. Yes, because I was doing, actually speaking on this piece, a lot of work at night. So I'd be traveling, I'd be doing work at night, and I'd be exhausted in the morning. And then my team had brought forward, you can delegate other things like the angelic realm, other ascended masters, that kind of thing to do this work that you've been doing for probably hundreds of thousands of years or more, right? Depending on how many lifetimes we've had. So once I did that piece, and I said, I'll still check in, but I am not doing this. I'm offering it up, and we'll check in every now and then to the angelic or the ascended masters, whoever is stepping in. And that is something we can do for ourselves, just like asking our guides to clear our energy, to help us ground, to place a bubble around us so we don't have to remember everything. And if we forget something, we can also ask them to bring it back for us.
Mm. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you're
I'm
welcome.
not very good at delegating in the 3D world, so it's like it makes sense I don't delegate, in the other realms either.
Exactly. But now there's an
I can change that
opportunity.
habit. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. I can change that habit. Absolutely.
exactly. Have a sticky note somewhere, delegate
Exactly.
or ask,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes things that we forget, but it's so important for us to do. So, a big piece of what we're doing here now is connecting to our original blueprint. So we can have some false programs, some overlays of false blueprints. And what does that even mean? It is you as a whole sovereign being and what you came to do here initially on your first life. Now, any lives you have lived, you've collected things like traumas, distortions, maybe some soul fragmentation, things like that. So, again, this is a big clearing piece so we can step on to our original blueprint of the soul. Then we align with our higher timelines. We can really step into our authentic power and truth. And the more connected we are to our original blueprint, that's where we get to see the signs, the synchronicities. And then the guides, the angels, the ascended masters, galactic beings of light, even elemental energies are showing us the way and where we need to go next. So, one piece that we'll kind of touch upon about objects. Objects can also be used to drain or siphon someone's energy. So it's important if you go into even a crystal shop, for example, a crystal fair, like that's a lot of energy, but just remembering to clear your crystals when you get home. When they're exposed to that much energy, for example, if it's a big conference of crystals, could be thousands of people that have walked through there, leaving imprints on these crystals. So it's important to really cleanse it before even bringing it into your home. So you can do it in the sunlight, in the moonlight. You can hold it to your heart and say clear. Just intend it to be cleared. You can ask and delegate your guides to clear this for you. And same thing with any secondhand object. Again, they've changed hands a few times. They have some history there. So they can have things that are stuck in their energy field. So we want to clear it before we bring it into our home, into our space. Or we might have, a little bit more than we maybe bargained for. Now, some do program crystals or other objects to siphon energy. So if they are an energy vampire, troll, goblin, different things like that, that's what they feed off because again they're disconnected from source or it helps them to grow in power. So again, you can feel drained. You buy this object, you bring it home, and you feel just drained, and you're wondering why, and it's been a week. It's just because the object wasn't cleared. So we have again that power, and it can be just think any object, it's neutral to start, but it can take on and hold any frequency. So this is jewelry, antiques, gifts, crystals, even pictures and furniture. And as we know, properties and homes would carry the energy of whoever was there before until a good clearing is done. So again, that feeling of being tired, or say you just got that chair and you don't want to sit into it. Like you're not drawn to it at all. It was beautiful. You were drawn to it initially for some reason, but now you don't want to sit in it. It's because it's been used to siphon energy. A gift that feels heavy, it's carrying some dense energy on it, or even a room that we step into that feels draining. So we're receiving information. Listen to what your body is telling you regarding those objects, those spaces, the people that you're connecting to. So important, and things we don't think of. So for me, energetic hygiene is like brushing my teeth. It's just one of those things that I automatically send my team to do for me. I delegate them to clear things that I bring into the house, to clear things after I've left spaces and that kind of thing. Have you ever had any instances, Shafali, where you've had an object that felt heavy or dense, or maybe you were receiving information from it?
I mean, I have had a lot of crystals in the past, but no, I don't think so. Not that I know of for sure, but definitely our house in Austria, definitely there was something there, and and we all know what happened after that. So there was definitely something there, and people told me, and I ignored it. It's like no, no, and I ignored it. So
And that's the thing too. Often people will recall afterwards that they were guided not to attend that event. And it was just a whisper, and it was your guides, but again, there's free will and choice. So if we
yeah,
override what we're hearing, then we can kind of step into these situations. And just remember that spirit whispers. It's
it's
not usually that loud, banging, shiny thing. It's the whispers.
I need a sledgehammer. Give me a sledgehammer. But no, it's true. Sometimes my daughter has told me that in the past that she would get a feeling like I don't really feel like she was supposed to go somewhere. I don't really feel like going. I don't know. And I said, well, just I said, sweetie, just don't go. And then she found out afterwards something had happened at that event. And I was like, see, it's a good. And sometimes that happens for, you know, like you're driving and it's like, oh, I don't really feel like going this way. I think I'm going to go this way. And then you find out there was an accident there that happened. You just missed it because you chose a different route, right? So sometimes even those kinds of things, we get those messages, we get that information, but it is for us to be able to hear it, right? So our mind has to be a little quieter than I guess, so that we can actually hear it. Because, like you said, it's soft. It's not a sledgehammer. But definitely, I think we all have had those types of experiences as well, where we've had those intuitive hits, those intuitive messages, and we listened and we were, spared some distress of some sort. So let me know in the chat how many of you have had those types of experiences. But
And just
definitely, and I
gonna,
think it's important to listen to those.
yeah. And if it's a dire situation to where it can be almost life or death, it will get loud.
Yeah.
I've had that whisper where, no, you shouldn't go there. And I did, and the voice got very loud in my head, and I just followed exactly what it told me to do because now it was a problematic situation. I'm just going to address Pragati's question, and Shafali knows how to say that name better than me. How do I say it?
Pragati. Pragati.
Perfect. And asked about clearing groceries. What I do with food is I send love to it. So even before I go to eat a meal, send love to it. Charging your water, sending love to your water makes a big difference. So you don't have to necessarily, you can clear it, but sending love to it is much more powerful. And then you're able to receive from your food the nourishment and the things that you need from it as well. So it's like a double blessing that way. Oh, Ellen said, even today, Amanda's name was whispered to me, so I am here. Oh, I love that. Thanks for sharing that, Ellen. So there's been a few people who have experienced different objects, and again, it could be places and spaces to where we feel denser energy. And that's another thing we can do is just send love to it. Send an infinity wave of love to that energy. If there's a lot going on in the world right now and you're feeling overwhelmed, send love. Whenever I'm driving my team, and I will send love to the north, to the south, to the east, and to the west. And it just flows out and is reciprocated back to you. So I find that to be a beautiful process of healing. All right. So ways to, again, clear your crystals is definitely to hold it on your heart, intend it to be clear, placing it in moonlight, sunlight. There's different crystals like selenite and any of the black crystals, clear quartz that will clear things for you as well. So all powerful things to be able to use. All right. And we're going to go on to this kind of nicely leads into the breadcrumbs. So what are
Awesome.
the breadcrumbs? And I love this piece. So the breadcrumbs are all the signs, the synchronicities. Maybe we went through a beautiful experience and had a laugh together, and all of a sudden we're seeing signs of things that had come up from that experience, reminding us what it is to be in that energy of joy, in that energy of co-creation with someone else. So we really want to follow those signs. So first, say the gratitude. Thank you so much, guides, teams, for showing me the way and then following through. So there is a bit of an action piece with this. Trusting your guidance, trusting your intuition. And that is a big piece of helping you to remember your original blueprint, which is your soul's plan. So, with the breadcrumbs, we can keep asking for more to be shown the way. Because the more I've learned in the year of the wood snake with transformation was to stop trying to control everything. By doing the inner work, by doing the shadow work, by doing connecting to my inner child and doing those healing pieces, it cleared a lot of the densities out of the way so I could see the signs, I could see the synchronicities, and I could see the breadcrumbs. And when I followed it, it was exactly where I needed to go. We have had some health challenges with one of my twins, and that has kept this mama bear from, getting a little bit too elevated in some stress energies or worry or things like that. I sit with it. I ask my guides, okay, what's my next step? And it's shown to me. So I don't even have to think about it or worry about it. I just check in with my guides and follow the next step, follow the next step, and follow the next step. So by expressing gratitude, thank you for showing me that, and then taking the action step, more and more breadcrumbs will follow. And it's fun. It brings us so much joy to be able to see those signs, those synchronicities. It really connects us to our own inner magic and our own inner child. Because for a lot of us, our inner child was suppressed because we were told fairy tales aren't real, magic isn't real. And you see those signs and synchronicities and think how hard the universe probably had to work to line that up for you. That's magic.
Mhm. Absolutely. And I think what you said is so important that when we do get these intuitive hits, it is important to acknowledge them, be grateful for them, and then take small little actions on them. It doesn't have to be everything at once, but small step. And I think that, the first step is always the hardest for people, but taking that first step and then the rest of the breadcrumbs, they start to fall, right?
Exactly. And what happens when we just ignore them? Well, then we have delayed lessons. We may have louder wake up calls. There may be emotional intensity, repeating patterns because we still haven't seen where our guides are directing us. And again, just remembering that piece, the universe whispers. It only gets loud when we resist, resist, resist. And then it may be a more difficult lesson. So trusting your guidance, expressing gratitude, and then following through with action will just show you more, will align you to that original blueprint and what you're meant and have chosen to do in this life. Mhm. So, what does being the true you really mean? It's us before the trauma. It's us not shrinking to be loved, not inflating to be powerful, siphoning to feel safe because, that's very much a reaction that happens when we're not aligned to our true selves. And we don't perform to belong. So why it can feel uncomfortable sometimes when we're not connecting to our truth, to who we truly are. So most of us have built survival identities. When we stop some of the people pleasing, the over functioning, the savior or martyrdom roles, trauma bonding. And that can be pretty toxic. That's where gossip comes into play. It's that trauma bonding. And then you're in that denser energy. So your nervous system begins to panic. So if I'm not this version of all these different masks or what is expected of me, who am I? Who am I without all of this trauma? So that's why it can feel uncomfortable because we're going to be seen. We're going to be visible. And in often many lifetimes before, we were maybe told we were a witch and hung, for example. Maybe we were a healer and helping others, but they thought it was some sort of dark magic. So now we're in this time and space where our true selves can come forward.
And it is time, right? So it definitely is time for all of us to step forward into remembering who we are, not being afraid, right? And just knowing that we're ready. We've always been ready, but we keep making excuses. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I got to do this first. I got to do that first. No, just be you. Just be you, and everything will start to sort itself out. And I think that is the biggest truth for all of us is to let those barriers, that trauma, those, all those wounds, put them to the side for a second, continue to heal them. Yes, work on them, heal them. But at the same time, show up, not for anybody else, but just for yourself. Show up for you.
Exactly. And who isn't tired of pretending, of faking, of wearing the masks or the different identities? It's so much easier when we can really connect and just be our true selves and
Yeah,
really see that in others. Because once we step into our true selves, we're also lighting the way for others. We're reaching our hands back to help others see that, hey, I'm here. Shefali's here. Did I think I would ever be doing something like this? Heck no, that wasn't safe. That was putting myself out there and being very, very visible. But
yeah,
what has happened when we've done that, the amount of joy, the love that we feel by being our true selves, for me, has been amazing. And it's been life-changing for my whole family and those around me.
exactly. And I think it is for everyone when we start to fully be ourselves instead of wearing those masks and being identified by the traumas that we've had, etc. It's like, no, that trauma does not identify me. What happened does not identify me. That was just an experience. And we keep moving forward because there's going to be more experiences, hopefully much more pleasant ones. But let's learn the lessons from joy and peace and love instead of trauma.
That's exactly it.
So
All
I know
right.
we're going to do a process, and we're going to take some questions. Questions are. I'm going to clarify that in a bit. But do you want to? But let's just take a few minutes and talk about the packages, and then we'll do either the process or the questions. Oh, we'll see. Right? Is that okay?
Yep, that sounds perfect.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. One second. So Amanda has two packages. So package A is the March Portal series and an individual personal session and energy clearing with Amanda. So Amanda, you want to just describe a little bit what is happening in these two wonderful parts of this package?
So we do energy clearing, we do activations, we do a little bit of somatic work. So I've really started to bring the body into sessions in some way, shape, or form. So you'll experience live energy clearings, and a lot of those have to do with, for this March Portal series, false templates, burnout, visibility blocks, karmic patterns, loops, trauma, programming, etc. So it'll really get us into a good state to remember our original blueprint and align to the year of the fire horse, which is very much about action.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this.
It'll be fun.
And so, of course, for the March Portal series, it's going to be on Zoom and live on Zoom, and then of course the recordings will be made available if you cannot attend live, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And then the personal session, we all know how powerful your personal sessions are, but in case somebody has not experienced a session with you, you want to just tell us a little bit about what that's like?
Yeah, often my team again focuses on energy clearing that needs to be completed, but we can also get some clarity on your soul energetics. So, if you're a hybrid or a dual soul, maybe this is why energy didn't clearing didn't work for you before, because you have to clear on all soul levels. We can also get information. I mean, I receive a lot of information when I connect to somebody's energy on who their guides are, what power, spirit, totem animals are with them, what their energetics are, information about their blueprints, the healed ancestors that are assisting them on these journeys. Again, I'm a healing facilitator and an activator. So those that are on their missions already but need a little boost, or there's something that needs to be activated, this comes forward. So it can really go anywhere and everywhere. So any questions coming forward, we can address, but I definitely list and let you know what is coming up in your field.
Awesome. And of course, like I said, a lot of us have had personal sessions with Amanda, so we know how powerful these sessions are and how much comes through. So if you've never had a chance to work with Amanda, please do. Please take advantage of package A. And then package B is the March Portal series, the two calls, right?
Yes. And each will really help you to, step onto your original blueprint and really align to that year of the fire horse. So you're in action and ready to step into what you came here to do. And even if somebody has already had an energy clearing session with me or an individual session, you can continue to see me as many times as you like, because each time we will clear more and more that gets you more onto your path. So it's totally your option. It's definitely something that you can do for yourself, but it's very helpful with a facilitator as well. We can get you onto your journey nicely and in a quicker fashion.
Mhm. Absolutely. So that's package B. And there's some wonderful testimonials and feedback from folks who have worked with Amanda on the special offer page. So please check those out as well. And so there's a few, it's quite a few. And then there's a fuller bio for Amanda as well. So please do take a read of that. So again, the package A is 166, and there is a payment plan available. And then package B, which is just the March Portal series, is 77. And so if you are an Inner Circle member, please use your gift code as well. Okay. And the personal sessions with you, Amanda, um, are people able to schedule fairly recently, or how far ahead are you booked?
There is some availability in March, and if, for example, it's outside of what's listed, like evenings or weekends, you can also contact, like I'll email you and we'll set up your appointment for you. If you do have something that's coming up that's more urgent, or you need a different time because you're in a different time zone, like I've definitely done a lot of work in Malaysia or Singapore and different things like that where I adjust.
Mm, Awesome. Great. Thank you. So definitely, if please check out those two packages if you can. Please choose package A so you can work with Amanda as well. And if not, choose package B. At least then you'll still get a taste of how Amanda works in those two live calls, right? And you'll get the recordings if you are not able to attend live. All right. So Amanda, do you want to do the process first, or do you want to take some questions first for
Let's
micro
see
clearing?
what my team is saying. They're saying let's do the process first because that'll clear some things to start, and then we can go deeper with the individual, like for those that have their hands up.
Sounds good.
All right. So again, I kind of mentioned that I've been adding some somatic work to energy clearing and different processes that I do. So if everybody wants to press pretty firmly on their ears, especially the outer cartilage and like the bottoms of your ears. So this begins to stimulate a small but powerful branch of the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve is that main regulator of your body's sympathetic nervous system. So that's your body's rest, restore, and repair. So it really helps you to drop into what feels safe. Because with anything, if we're in an elevated state or we're not connecting to the body, the energy clearing isn't like we can draw things back into our field afterwards by really, using those somatic pieces to get you into that state and then grounded and connected. It just really helps for a powerful energy clearing and release. And I can see Shefali almost starting to yawn, which is perfect. That's what we want to get into. And by doing this small little piece, it lets your body know you're safe and your nervous system begins to calm initially. You can feel the heart rate slowing, muscles softening, our breathing naturally deepens, and our stress chemistry decreases. Beautiful. So now we can begin by closing our eyes. If you were in the space to do so, otherwise pause or listen later. You don't want to be going through this while you're driving or operating heavy machinery. So we're going to call our guides forward to surround us, and they are going to ground us. See, feel, hear, or know as silver cords begin to exit out of your feet and all the way down to Mother Gaia, down, 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 all the way to the iron core of Mother Gaia. Feel as these cords connect deeply into her energy and begin to pull up the energy of grounding, the love of Mother Gaia, and any codes that are meant for you. Bringing these energies back up, gently pulling them through your Gaia gateway, through your Earth Star chakra, through the chakras in the bottoms of your feet, up your legs, into your root, your sacral, your solar, your heart, and your higher heart. Feeling as the energies of Mother Gaia, of grounding, and any codes that are meant to you expand to every cell, every molecule, every strand of DNA. Now feel as a golden cord begins to come out of your heart and exits out of your crown, going up through the sky, the stars, the galaxies, through the astral, the densities, through the great central sun, and all the way into God's source creator universe. Feel this golden cord wrap around 3 times and plug in, connecting into all that is, all that was, and all that will be. Now pulling any codes down that are meant for you as we pull the energies of God's source down through the great central sun, down through the densities, the astral, the galaxies, the sky, coming into our soul star chakra above our head, into our crown, our third eye, our throat, our higher heart, and our heart. Feeling as the energies of the great central sun and God source expand to every cell, every molecule, every strand of DNA. Now taking a deep breath in, breathing in the light, the joy, the happiness. Breathing out thoughts, stress, worries. Taking another deep breath in, seeing this golden column of light coming from source through your chakras down to Mother Gaia. And breathing out, expanding this golden container 12 feet in all directions. Taking another deep breath in, seeing your oversoul and your higher self walking towards you, shrinking in size. And breathing out, allowing your higher self and your oversoul to merge into your heart space. And just allowing your breathing to return to normal. See, feel, hear, or know as a portal begins to open before you. This portal leads to the Hall of Records. Taking 3 steps towards the edge of the portal in 1, 2, 3, lifting your leg and stepping in. Looking up, you notice the building with the words Hall of Records. Just using your inner awareness, all your gifts, to see, feel, hear, or know how the building appears. Looking down, you notice stairs. Notice the texture, the color, what they are made of, and begin to walk up the 11 steps in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and stepping into the Hall of Records. Notice how it appears if you have entered into your Akashic records differently. You notice there is a table and a chair, pulling out the chair and having a seat. Once again, using your inner awareness to see, feel, hear, or know how it appears. Is it expanded? Does it look like there are many books on the shelf? Just noticing. Now see as the guardians and the record keepers of the Hall of Records come forward, often hooded figures. They may just be energies. They may just be light. And now we're calling in our guides, our teams, the healed ancestors, the ascended masters, any of your animals. Feel their energy as they surround you, as they support you through this process. Opening up an etheric vacuum above, a violet and golden light that will just suction out anything as we begin this clearing process. My team is just extending so we can clear from the root, from the origin, any psychic attacks on all levels. Beautiful. And we are going to let our guides do this for us. With the help of my team, they will begin to clear any energies of psychic attack. Gidada a idorshi mataki a wadada iatoi akatashi atakia boy atada I akashoto oi ataki. You may notice as tendrils of energy or objects just are suctioned up into that etheric vacuum above. My team is coming back from all levels, and psychic attack has been agreed to be cleared from the root, from the origin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We now ask that any energy cords that are detrimental or siphoning energy be cleared now, calling in Archangel Michael and Archaea Faith. They will slice and dice through these cords in the middle, the attachment to you and the attachment to the energetic, the one who would have placed the cord. This ensures it is cleared on all levels, dimensions, realms, and space. and it will just dissolve and be suctioned out by the etheric vacuum above. Good, good, yeah. Good, good, yeah. Good, 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 yeah. Good, good, yeah. Good, good, yeah. Good, 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 yeah. Good, good, yeah. Good, 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 yeah. Good, good, yeah. Good, good, yeah. Good, 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 good. Good, good, yeah. Now beginning to clear all siphons, hooks, and drains. Your guides are just pulling these from you, from your light bodies, from your chakras, from your auric field, anything stored in the organs, the tissues, the cells, the bones. Matalai a kutarai shi atari e watadai mataki shia a wataki atari apatkata a. Beautiful. Now we're going to begin to clear any collective energies you have agreed to carry for others. You may see as papers, as documents, as items, as objects are cleared and released into the etheric vacuum above, as your guides pull anything within the body. Totoria atkurish pa itukrichi bataragia batarshotkuria batarkia totoria kotkuria kotkurishi tkuria mane atkuria tko itaki. Now we're going to begin to clear the limiting beliefs of group consciousness. These are just subconscious beliefs. Dadari kishi batari noi bataruhi a. Gutugia mane shiba kitori. Just feel as those energies begin to shift from the bodies, the cells, your very DNA. And with the violet ray dragons, fairies, and angels coming up in a beautiful whirlwind of energy, they begin to clear, shift, and release all remnants in the body that are ready to release anything dense, anything ready to exit now. Gitaria, now see, feel, hear, or know as brilliant rainbow light spirals in with golden and silver sparkles. See, feel, hear, or know as it falls upon the body and absorbs in. It falls upon the very hall of records and begins to absorb into the floor, the walls, the ceiling. Filling in all the places, all the spaces, these denser energies were released. Now see, feel, hear, or know as the guardians of the Hall of Records place a book before you onto the table. This is one of your books of life. See as the pages begin to turn. Again, using your inner awareness to see, feel, hear, or know how the book appears. Watching as it stops at the exact page you need to see today. And just allow, if you choose, just say yes to receive a symbol, an activation, or a message. Beautiful. And if you feel you didn't receive anything now, you will receive it later. So just know and trust. Seeing as your beautiful book closes and again is placed back on the shelf where it is kept safe and stored. Sending so much love, gratitude, and thanks to all the beautiful beings of light that were with us today in the Hall of Records. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, standing up and turning around, you notice your guides have made a path. And at the end of that path, there is another portal that has opened. This portal leads back to the body, back to the now and present time and space. Taking 3 more steps towards the edge of it, lifting a leg and stepping back into the body. cutting all cords and closing all portals that were opened during this session. Beginning to feel back into the body, shifting your neck, your shoulders, hips, ankles, dropping into that heart space, your 0 point, and opening your eyes, coming back when you are ready. Definitely take a sip of water. Continue to drink lots of water. It allows us to go through those compression and expansion stages with much more ease and grace and flow.
Wow, awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How is everyone doing? How are you feeling? How was that for you? Let us know in the chat. I got a key, so it was like not. It was like a golden filigree key, something like that. So I
Love
was
it.
like, okay, interesting. We'll see what this key opens up.
Exactly.
Ah, she also got a golden key. Okay, awesome. Oh, it's not the only one. Beautiful. Oh, my glasses. Awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whew. And I feel much. I actually feel much lighter. Um, and I know you mentioned at the very end about shoulders and things and neck, and so my neck and shoulders were tense. I get tense sitting here, so it's like but that softened. So it's like, oh, much better, much better. Very
Wonderful.
powerful. I was totally zoned out. Amazing. I got peace and a trishul, which means to me take action and move to feel peace. Oh, I love that.
Love that too.
Good. Awesome. All right. Whew. So breathe, drink some water, definitely. Or
Yeah. And definitely after the call, if you can do some grounding, eat some root vegetables, or get outside in the sunshine, whatever works for you.
yes. Awesome. So we are going to be taking some. Well, Amanda's going to be doing some micro clearing. So for those of you, and I'm gonna be very blunt, and I apologize ahead of time, but we have a lot of people with their hands raised, so we're going to keep it to you're going to ask for an object or something in your home or something for yourself to be cleared. I know some of you are going to want to have follow-up questions. Please don't. Okay. If you want a follow-up question, please see Amanda during a session or whatever, because we just have too many people with their hands raised. Right. So let's try and be conscious and aware of everyone here. I hate being like strict and like, but I have to sometimes.
That's right, setting boundaries. That's important.
I am not good at that at all.
This is your
I am not good at
practice.
yes. Yes. And then will people listen? No, but hopefully they will today. So we'll see. All right. So are you ready to go? Any other anything else we need to know about these micro clearings?
Nope. Again, if it's for you, definitely drink more water just to help that flow through. And you
Okay.
definitely will hear some light language as we do this. My team will come into your field and clear that. If it's for you specifically, my team will work with your guides to clear that.
Awesome. And I mean, I'm going to say right now, please don't ask for somebody else. Please ask for yourself or your object or your home. Um, I think it's just easier and cleaner that way. Okay.
Yeah, and just because permission, right? And respect that
Exactly.
way. Yeah,
Exactly. Permission, free will. I wouldn't want somebody to ask for to do a clearing for me when I don't even know, and I'm where's my free will? Where's my choice? I'm a sovereign being. I get to choose. Do I want to get this cleared or do I want to hold on to it? Right. So we
exactly. And
just
it just won't clear without their permission.
yeah,
So,
absolutely. Okay, here we go. Okay.
yeah.
All right, Anushka, you want to unmute?
Mm. Hi, thank you. Amanda, I had an operation at my right ankle yesterday, So I would love you to clear anything that is still there, or yeah, that
Sounds good.
shouldn't be there to proceed big healing.
Sounds wonderful. So my team is coming into
And
your,
maybe in my aura field, what I picked up in hospital, I
yeah.
cleared mostly myself, but maybe there's some things
Yeah,
here.
there's a little bit in your energy field, which
Okay.
clear as well, just from, yeah,
Yeah. Thank you.
something you picked up in the hospital. So they're coming into your energy field, focusing on anything picked up and the ankle. Kiatara I, abara shiat koi, abara giat, good gia. Dotoro shanan I, batara I, koto krishat katia, batara a, bataket kodoriat, good, sheep up kia, need korojot, good, a battery, what ki, atarashik ki, totorishi, matar kia I. Beautiful. So they definitely cleared some things. There's still some energy healing that you'll kind of feel during the rest of this call and maybe a little bit afterwards, where your guides are still working with my team on pieces in the ankle, but they just aligned some things and cleared some things that you picked up from the surgery. So another good thing to do when you go into a surgery is just clear the room, like intend your guides to go in and clear the room, clear the people that are coming in for the surgery before.
I did do that.
Wonderful. And then sometimes it's just, yeah, we're
Yeah.
kind of out and just things get picked up. I'm seeing some from some objects that were in the room. They kind of transferred
Okay.
onto you.
Okay. Thank
Wonderful.
you. Thank you so much, Amanda.
Awesome. Thank you, Nishka, and keep healing.
Thank
Be well.
you. Mhm.
Yeah, rest for sure.
Yes.
Okay, Sarah, what would you like cleared?
I would like the energy of all the paper and clutter in my house to be cleared so that I feel like I can let go of it. And I know we did this in a private session, but I feel like it could use a second go round.
Yeah, they've already started working on it because there's layers of energy in the field. So they're beginning on that now in your space. And they're stepping into your field. Your guides are coming a bit closer and they're just pulling these energies, information about objects that are and things that are making you feel safe. Yeah, so that's why they're a little bit hard to let go of, but we're just going to clear that. By having your guides and your teams with you, they can help you feel safe. So they're going to come a little closer, make you kind of feel some of their energy as they work on this piece for you. So there are some dragons that are coming into your field. There's actually four of them that will assist and continue on with clearing more out of your space. They're getting into those little nooks and crannies where there's some dense energy from things not moving.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Just beaming love at you.
Ah, same back to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. We're gonna go to Jonah.
Just need to unmute.
Okay, there I am. You hear
There
me?
you
Thank
go.
you, thank you. Amanda, I would like to ask if there's any clearing in my energy field that needs to.
There is. There are definitely some layers that need to be cleared. I'm seeing some contracts, some vows, some seals, some programs. There's some implants and some distorted blueprints in your field just to kind of start.
Okay.
So they're just going to do a little bit of clearing on some of the programming in your field. So there was some shame energy and some sacrifice that was coming up to clear and some fear to kind of start with. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Love the purpley background.
Thank you. It's Aurora Borealis when we had that last year. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Love it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So again, Amanda said that was just to start. So there may be more clearing that needs to be done. So you might want to book, get package A to work with her for that. Okay. If you can. All right. Where are we? Pragati, you want to unmute?
Hi, Amanda. Hi,
Hi.
Shefali.
Hi.
Hi. So we've worked together, Amanda. So, and you're amazing. So my question is, I've got like a cough. I've had it for a long time, but it's got worse, and my eyes are blurry. So I'm not sure. So some clearing to do with that, please.
Yeah, there's something coming up about feeling safe to speak your truth. And there's a little bit of hesitation it's a little bit of just some things self-esteem wise to work on about really being able to step into what you're speaking and knowing that there is so much value in that. You have lots of things to express, a lot of things to say. And there's another piece because your throat is coming online, and I'm hearing for light language and another level of channeling. So my team is just going to come in and clear some energies around the throat and the vision as well.
Thank you.
Wada iya utotishapa nakadi iya toto watkatishapa ni na no kotoro I padara iet koi anane I koshata kodori iya boy badara ni krishapa I to krishi good yet good yet good yet good la koshia boy ooh. And they're just going to spiral in some golden white light into the crown, into the third eye. So your eyes itself are very much connected to the third eye energy, is what they're saying. So what are you not wanting to see? And then the throat expansion is really coming in. I see these golden particles of light expanding out through the throat chakra and really clearing that channel for you. Beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. Blessings.
You're welcome.
Thank you, lovely.
You're welcome.
So thank you, Pragati. And I just want to say really quickly, if people are asking for physical clearing, just know that neither Amanda nor I are medical practitioners. So if you do have anything physical going on, or even mentally, emotionally, spiritually, please see a licensed practitioner. We are just doing this for informational purposes, using energy healing techniques. Okay, that's my little disclaimer for YouTube land.
Exactly. We do not claim to heal or cure.
No, we do not. All right, Anita, you want to unmute?
Shefali, hi, Amanda. I did have a session with you about a year ago, and we worked a lot with the whales, dolphins, and unicorns. And I was just wondering if they had any special messages for me and if I have any implants at all. Thank you.
You're welcome. So connecting to the element, the energy of water as much as you can. So that includes drinking lots of water, being in water. Let's see here. They're sending you codes and energies into your field when you're connecting to the element of water. And that was just channeled from the dolphins and the whales. All right. And sorry, what was the other piece?
Do I have any implants, especially in my throat chakra area?
Okay, so let's just see. Not getting any in the throat chakra, but there is, okay, something else here. So it's kind of an implant, but it's definitely from past lives. It's more of, I see this, it's like a brace and then a chain around it. It's all metal. Okay, so we're going to clear that now. Tara'i otorasha katari way atari doroshikat god a good ya watara'i notari koi abadari shotria a ikoroshi nai badarokota a dori boy datari good at koryet kolanani otori potata atakit apatar shotkodia apatatikia a. There's some pins that they're pulling out of the neck and the throat chakra. So this is some very past life, and there's a little bit of ancestral pieces. Ooh. Battery, battery sugar ani outri sugar eatery, buttery, battery, no, attery shifted battery. And with the violet ray dragons, fairies, and angels, we're just going to clear all remnants, shifting it up to unconditional love and light. And just seeing this white spotlight of energy that's coming in, filling in all the spaces, all the places this was released. It is done, and so it is.
So
There
did
you
you see me as a slave?
It seemed to be where you were speaking and you were being silenced. So you were hidden away, and there was this big brace, is what it looks like, but metal around your neck.
Oh, hopefully it'll clear all the pain I get in my neck a lot of times.
Yeah, and some of like the pins and different energies that were being pulled out was also connected to some lives of enslavement.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you so much.
You're very
Blessings.
welcome.
Blessings. You're such a beautiful person. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. You are as well, Anita.
Awesome. Thank you, Anita. That was great. Let me go back. Hold on. So Aparajita. Now I don't know if I'm saying that name properly, but that's how I would say it. You wanna unmute?
Yes, Aparajita.
Awesome. So what do you need clearing for?
Yes, so I was in a very toxic, abusive marriage, and I have stepped out from it a couple of years back. And there is this couple of people. It seems like I'm still strangled in those negative energy, and I just want that to be cleared out so that I can move into the my soul aligned life that I'm working towards so much. So I still feel like this blocks and a lot of energy attacks from those people. So I just want that to be cleared out so that I can move safely and happily into my best life.
Sounds good. We can definitely do some initial energy around this. Yeah, definitely either look into somebody that you feel comfortable with as well, and definitely go deeper too. But we'll do an initial clearing for some of these energies that are in your field right now and kind of stopping you from stepping forward. So my team's just coming into your energy now. Valere I nokoti atari I shipapapaka. Adari awai notoria tototokoi. Adari I shipapapa. Nikotati ni nera washati. Patkot kotota. Pataradet kotota that kia ananani ia watatashia. So they shifted some old vows and contracts that were kind of looping. There was a bit of trauma in some of your light bodies, the emotional, the physical, the mental, that they have cleared as well regarding this, and just kind of feel how that feels for you. But they did clear a bunch of things around this issue, but I would suggest definitely going deeper. There's still some other influences and things that you would want to clear on all angles to really step onto your path, but this is a great start.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, we're going to go to Sandy. Sandy, you want to unmute?
Oh, hi. Hi, Shefali and Amanda. Wow, what an amazing jam-packed session of things. I'm loving it. Thank you so much. I did wonder if you could just check something for me, is because, excuse me, I had a hospital appointment to have all sorts of tests for an ongoing cough, and I wasn't worried about it from that point of view. And aware that though being a hospital, I know there's all sorts of energies around. So before going, I was obviously bringing Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, and Archangel Zadkiel, the Violet Flame. And I'm fine, and the doctor was lovely and absolutely fine. But when I got home, in fact, driving home, I did start getting this really bad headache. And I just thought, that just doesn't feel very, something's around. It has lifted, not completely, but it has lifted during the course. So thank you very much. So I just wondered if you could just check that for me, just to see if there's any.
Yes. I definitely can. So going into the Hall of Records was very helpful for you today. But yes, there's definitely so often when we get a headache, that can be a little bit of a healing peak as well. So now that this kind of density, this energy attack has cleared, which is often, a headache can also be a symbol of that. But if you get any further, it's also integrating and expanding. So they're just saying there's some things to pull and clear from the throat because you're really ready to, I'm hearing channel, the light language is coming forward. Like energetically, you have a lot that is coming forward in the throat. And there are also some energetic implants there. So the first thing I heard was that this was energetic. I'm just going to see how many. I've got 13 implants in the throat. So I'm just sending my key to unlock these implants. Now, beautiful. And we're just going to, with my team, they're going to empower your guides to begin to pull and clear any remnants of these implants. All right, so I'm seeing there's a few implants or what appear to be there's some strangulation going on. So we're just clearing that. This is just past life energy that's just stopping you from speaking your truth, and also just a little bit of trauma that they're clearing from the throat there. Okay, felt that now. So with the violet ray dragons, fairies, and angels, we're just going to shift any remnants up to unconditional love and light, thus clearing from the bodies, the souls, the ancestral lineage, and the Akashic records. And we're just going to spiral what looks like blue and green light. So with the energies of healing, of ease, of grace, and ease coming into the chakras and expanding out through the bodies. I see a lot of the gold expanding out through the heart, or through the throat, sorry. And just an integration piece. Ooh. Beautiful. So how's that feeling?
Mike, I can feel so much energy going on and a lot of warmth as well. So thank you so much. That was wonderful. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Awesome. Thank you, Sandy. All right, let's see. Just a few more. Asha, you want to unmute?
Sure. Hi, Shefali. Hi, Amanda.
Hi.
Hi, Asha.
Hello. Hi. I just wanted to see if you can check to see if there's any anything that needs to be cleared from my energetic field or the space that I currently live in. Just feel like so much dense at times.
Yeah, it does. So are you in your space right now?
No, I actually just walked outside.
Okay, that's okay, but I could sense that you were somewhere close. So they're just going to do just kind of like a general clearing of your energy field. I'm sensing there was definitely things that you have drawn into your field just because of some things that have been happening in your life. So they're just going to do a general clearing of that and a general clearing of the home space, which will give it a fresher, lighter feeling if that works for you. So my team's just coming into your energy now. And the rest of my team is going into your home. Mbadari, udara ishubabadi notgurye shui adori boy adori gotada ninori io boy adari basha natki patari kyota watari bishi nakadori ababa shikot abani nidori. So I'm being shown this white light now that they've cleared around, below, above, to the sides of the home. They're sending in this white light that is just expanding through the very material, the fabric of the home to the property, just pushing out anything else that is dense. Ooh, matari ia oi atatatatako o idori patadari. And the same process with you. So they're just clearing and shifting anything else up to unconditional love and light, clearing from the bodies, the souls, the Akashic records, and the ancestral lineage. Beautiful. Sending it up to unconditional love and light. And then this white diamond light is expanding out from the heart chakra, fully clearing the light bodies. There's a little bit of trauma and distortions in the light bodies, so this is pushing it out. And then we're just going to do a full clear with the violet ray dragons, fairies, and angels, and the golden flame, sending this up to unconditional love and light. Ooh. Beautiful. So definitely continue to drink lots of water. I'm seeing you may just want to open some of the windows in the house to just allow some of the denser energy to flow out, to just get that fresh smell and feel into the space. But it feels much lighter and brighter now.
Thank you, Amanda. I definitely feel the shift as well.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Very
Thank you,
welcome.
Asha.
Thank you, Shefali. Thanks, Amanda.
You're welcome.
All right, we're going to go to Cindy. Cindy, you want to unmute?
Hi, Shefali. Hi, Amanda. So great to see
Hi.
you both.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, we've had a recent reading that you were able to help me and my mother with, bringing my stepfather through. So I'm still so grateful for that. I've been experiencing some energy depletion, like an energy vampire, maybe a family member that's come to visit us. And I feel like I've just been wiped out. And I know, I don't know, after I see, sometimes I just can't wait to like get away. It's my brother.
Got
And I'm
you. Got you.
just
Okay.
wondering if you pick up anything that needs to be cleared or what's going on. Did he pick up something maybe that's energetically affecting people around him?
So there's a detrimental cord there between you and your brother. So this leaves, by clearing this one, it only clears that cord, the detrimental one. It keeps the beneficial cords in place. So this can kind of drain your energy and everything like that. So if you're okay with it, we can clear that cord today.
Absolutely. I
Okay.
would be so
And we'll just
grateful.
freshen some of the energy in the space too. So just Calling in Archangel Michael and Archangel of Faith to please cut this detrimental cord in the middle, the connection to you and the connection to your brother, just allowing it to dissolve. And now we're just going to freshen the energy. Yeah, he has like lots of attachments, lots of energy for it. He comes with a lot of baggage. Let's just put it that way in his energy field. So we're just going to kind of clear it out of your space because it is affecting your space and your energy. And then it's not kind of going over any of his permissions. It's just keeping it out of your space. Badada I badada shia badada I koto anin I badada I shoa dadada I badada I ni wadada I boy adada I koto yet koto daddy not koto shia badada ah what the koto shia koto yet koto yeah na shut the yeah ba did I wadada ah ni koto shia badaki why. Beautiful. And now with the violet ray dragons, fairies, and angels, and the golden flame, we're just going to shift any of those densities up to unconditional love and light. And we're just going to bring down what looks like pastel rainbow light, spiraling it into your space, bringing this energy of healing, of love, of peace, of calm. It is done, and so it is. There you go.
Well, awesome. Thank you. I felt like something was definitely shifting there. So thank you for that.
You're very welcome.
Many blessings and we'll be seeing you soon.
Yeah, we'll be seeing you soon. Thanks, Cindy.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Cindy. Something happened to my thing. 1 second. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, can y'all hear me still? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Awesome. So B, I don't know if you can be live, if you can unmute or not, if we can hear you, because it's never worked in the past.
I don't know. Can you?
Oh
Can you hear
yes!
me?
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
we can hear
good.
you.
Well, what do you know? It works with different people with the different microphones. Anyway, well, thank you, Amanda and Shefali. I'd like to ask if there's anything that needs clearing to restore my appetite in my home or in relationships or.
One thing. Just one thing.
Okay, sorry.
So the appetite came up first, and there are definitely things energetically that you're not able to digest, is what's coming up. So a lot of things going on in the world right now, and we'll focus on clearing some of that. And there's some distortions and looping patterns that they'd like to clear in your energy field if that works for you.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. No ki na na a o dari I badara a ki dori dorora a ni doria wataki dadari dodada a katadada a nedorshi badada a wadaria boy badada kodor kiet kot kiet badadati udari mai. And with the violet ray dragons, fairies, and angels, and the golden flame, we are clearing, shifting, and releasing from your Akashic records, from your ancestral lineage, from the bodies and the souls, gifting these densities to unconditional love and light. And they're just going to spiral in some green and pink light, the energies of healing and of love. And the fairies want to come in for a moment to kind of freshen and brighten the space around you. There you go.
Thank you. That was fun to hear the fairies. Thank
Yeah,
you.
they're so fun.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Awesome. Thank you, Bee. Glad we could hear you today.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. All right, we're going to go to Randy. Randy,
Hi.
you want to unmute?
Wow, wow, wow. I booked, or anyway, I paid for the A, so we have time for that. Your choice. I've gotten at least a dozen clearings that I could sense just through everyone else's questions already. There's the psychic attack that's brotherly. That's what got at least one detrimental cord. That's been sort of hitting me up for rent money. And then there's this other possibility. Can you read my walk-in status? Thank you. I love you.
So my team is already going in and clearing. And the first thing they came up with, there are some implants in your head. If you're okay to clear those first. They're just coming
Yes,
up
please.
very first and foremost, and those would have been from this psychic attack energy. Okay, so they're going to begin to clear those first. Anani, nodani, notgurut yapatat atatushukata. Mikate apatat yitguru yapai. Vodari moi monori wadari apatari shi, todori yatgoi, mataki batadi, badari apoi, baba baba nidori, badari shi, badaki. Okay. Better, much better. Okay, so now we're just going to see. So, as you said, there were some things that have cleared out of the way already, and we're just going to see what my team is highlighting here. So, there's something also in the spine. If you're okay, I'm going to clear around your spine too. There's also some implants and things there.
Namaste.
Okay.
Yes.
Beautiful. Badari moi atori potiki badari boy ababa de duri doi duri Nikati no duri boy Toturi shotokti patokriet koto handar kuto ki pa Patkakia potakia patakia tukuriat anani aparishie patakia notary iptoto o patkat pa wateri shi makata watara I poturiat kuta turisha matakia toto turisha kuta. And with the violet ray dragons, fairies, and angels, and the golden flame, we're shifting and releasing from the bodies, the souls, the ancestral lineage, and your Akashic records, shifting all implants, all remnants, all distortions to unconditional love and light. And what they're spiraling in is white, gold, and green light. First, it's running down the spine, and then there's another wave that is expanding out through the brain, through the facial structure, and then throughout the bodies. So definitely drink lots of water to allow that to flow through, to clear, to shift. Whew.
You're really better than a breath of fresh air. Thank you for your consideration.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's good to see you.
Thank you, Randy. Wonderful. And you can do the rest on in your personal session. So that's great. Okay. Oh my goodness, that was a lot. And like Randy just said, he was also experiencing and receiving the healing, clearing that some of the other people asked for. So if you are willing to receive as well, it's an added bonus for you as well, right? So that was amazing. Thank you, Amanda.
Of course.
So any last words of wisdom? I mean, yes, we'll definitely have to drink water, rest, listen to your body.
That's exactly it. So what my team was coming through with is awakening isn't just, it's not about fighting the dark. It's about embodying so much truth, light, and self-remembrance that distortion can no longer hook into us. Knowing that love is the most powerful energy available and that love overcomes. So may we all embody and come into more love.
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you. So I will have the recordings out later. Thank you everybody for being here with us, for all your comments and feedback in the chat, for honoring my boundary request. So thank you. Thank you. And there was so much wisdom on this call. Obviously, so many like we had the whole healing process plus then all these clearings as well. So if you're, please do be willing to receive, and you can go back and watch again or listen again and again receive if you didn't receive during the clearing part, right? That Amanda just did for everyone. Oh, goodness. And then of course, take a look at the packages. Package A is the personal session plus the March Portal series, and then package B is just the March Portal series. So take a look at those and see which one resonates with you. Again, I always recommend Amanda because she always gives so much. She over delivers, I think, in her sessions. So there's it's a lot that happens, a lot of clearing, a lot of healing, a lot of information. So, if you can, please do take advantage of this really, really special work with her. Okay. So again, I will have the recordings out in a little while. We will be back again tomorrow. Yes, no. I think we'll be back again tomorrow. If not, we'll be back on Thursday, but I think tomorrow. Shoot. That means I booked some stuff tomorrow. It's like, oh, because I thought, you know how it is. Sometimes you're like, oh, I'm free that day, but turns out it's the next day. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I did. Anyway, it's okay. We're all good. So we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. So I hope to see you then. And again, be gentle with yourself, right? Drink water, go outside if you can. If you cannot, it's okay, right? So be gentle and know that when the healing is taking place, when the clearing is taking place, there's also, integration that happens as well, right? So be gentle with yourself, listen to your body, rest if you need to rest, drink more water, eat more grounding food. That also helps a lot, right, Amanda?
It does. I really recommend nuts or dried fruit and anything that like root vegetables will really help you to ground.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. So thank you, everyone. Have a great afternoon, evening, wherever you happen to be. Until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all so much love and blessings. Bye for now.
So much love. Thank you again, Shefali.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. This was fabulous. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.
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 Thank
Thank
you. Thank you. Bye, everyone.